Creators enter a psychological zone where the external world falls away. Psychologists call it the flow state, when every variable aligns, clicking perfectly into place. It requires a fragile convergence. The exact angle of the lighting, the precise position of the subject, and the timing of the shutter all have to meet at a single point. In those moments, you eliminate guesswork entirely. You know with absolute certainty you are capturing a masterpiece. But that alignment is highly unstable. A sudden push or a slip of the hand ends the flow state instantly. A split second turns a session defined by precise control into one defined by physical debris. During a sudden traumatic event, human perception warps. The brain attempts to process the panic so rapidly that time appears to freeze entirely. Then comes the sensory impact. The harsh, mechanical crunch of a lens hitting the pavement creates an auditory imprint that becomes a lasting psychological trigger. This timeline shows the emotional vacuum. Physical time continues at a constant rate, but psychological time stretches downward into a void while the brain struggles to process the sudden loss. The shattering of glass and plastic is violent. It severs the artist's connection to their immediate environment, leaving them stranded in the aftermath. If you explain this to an observer, their reaction is usually logical. They assume because a camera is a machine, it can be easily replaced with another machine. This represents a misunderstanding of what the creator values. A new camera body doesn't address the reason for the distress. The shattered glass is a solvable problem. The true catastrophe is the invisible one, the corrupted SD card. This is digital irretrievability. Organized blocks of data fragment into chaotic static, vaporizing hours of work. Data corruption deletes captured moments in time, removing unique human expressions and specific lighting conditions that can never be reshot exactly as they were. Insurance can replace the hardware. Nothing can retrieve the unique alignment of light and performance that was stored on the disk. To understand the weight of this loss, we have to look at extended cognition. This is the phenomenon where creators subconsciously map their identity and mental processes onto their physical tools. As shown here, a camera functions as a localized physical vault for an artist's worldview. The hours of physical exertion, the mental focus, and the creative ambition of a project become psychologically stored within the device's casing. There is a sharp divide between the quantifiable cost of the parts and the unquantifiable psychological value of the dreams embedded within them. When the physical tool finally breaks, the artist experiences a sudden, localized shattering of their own extended identity. In the aftermath, the creator is left staring at the wreckage, forced to confront both the physical destruction and the digital emptiness. But a photographer never stops. The camera can break, but the passion does not. Rebuilding requires immense psychological effort. You have to find the motivation to start again when the tangible proof of your previous hard work has been erased. Navigating this grief is the ultimate stress test for an artist's foundational passion. Resolving this conflict requires a shift in perspective, moving away from the machine and toward the source of the work. This diagram defines the camera and the SD card as fragile vessels, temporary destructible containers for creative output. The photographer's internal drive and unique perspective act as the indestructible source of that output. A fall can destroy the glass, but it cannot delete the technical insights or the specific reflexes the artist developed during the session. This internal growth is what actually drives momentum. The creator is more capable now than before the first shutter click, regardless of the data loss. The tools are gone, but the intent that gave them value stays with the artist.